Hey guys, it's Jen Strouser from dizzyquilter.com. I'm here to show you how I set up a brand new die from Accuquilt when I open one up. I'm going to be running a sew along this year doing different block on board dies that are pretty complicated. And to demo, I've got this little one that I'm going to show you what I do when I open a die and how to get ready for success. And you can see I was using my markers already today. So I'm going to move my camera for you and show you how to do this. All right, the only things you're going to need for this exercise are a die, a ruler, and a permanent marker. I like to use a Sharpie because once it dries, it doesn't rub off onto my fabric, although before it dries, it gets all over me. So today I have the Flying Geese die. So we're going to... First step is to take the plastic thing off. I know a lot of people store their dies in the plastic with the inserts. That's fantastic. What a great workflow you must have. I do not. I throw the plastic out immediately, and then I usually lose the insert. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at my die, and I've got 3 pieces. And Flying Geese are pretty easy to see what's going on. You've got the center color, and you've got your background, depending on how complicated your pattern gets. So these guys should never be the same color as these guys. So they're gonna need to be different shapes. And what I do to make sure I'm cutting the right size rectangle every time I use it is I draw on my die. Now I know it's an expensive piece of equipment and I'm defacing it, but this makes it easier for me to work with it. So I draw on them. They're mine, they're not going to anybody else till I'm dead. And if the person who gets them when I'm dead is disappointed that I drew on the die, that's their problem, not mine. All right. Sorry to be a little dark. So this is what I do. I just outline each piece to keep track, to make sure that I'm getting a rectangle that's going to cover the blades. What I'm doing is I'm lining up the 1/4 inch seam allowance on my ruler along the blades and then marking the ruler, or using the ruler. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make notes to myself. So Flying Geese is easy. I usually shouldn't need any further notes. This is your background. This is your focus fabric, so I'll just call this color. And then you're going to need 1 of each of these for every block and 2 of each of these. And then I'm going to measure the rectangle size. This is 4 7/8. I prefer to cut closer to even numbers, so I'm going to say that I can do a 4 by 5. And that will get me the 2 pieces that I need. And for the goose part, I need 7 by 4. My handwriting isn't fantastic, but it's all right. These notes are just for me. So this means now every time I take this die out, I do not need to refer to my insert, so I won't be upset when I've lost it. And I know that I need 1 of these, 2 of these. This will be the background color, this will be the focus color, and this is the size rectangle I need to pre-cut before I go to get my perfect shapes with the Accuquilt. And it just makes it a lot easier for me. You could also put markings about which way the grain of the fabric goes, but to me that's kind of instinctive. But if I were to do that, I would write a little note to myself that the grain line goes this way. And that's it. This is all that I do to set up each of my dies. You can see with my schoolhouse die, which is a little more complicated, I've done the same thing. I've got notes. I've got the rectangle size noted here. This is the background. I need 1 for each block. I didn't write my rectangle sizes on this one, but I will as soon as I turn off the video. 1 of these for the school. This section down here is kind of a mess because it needs both colors. But I've noted that I need 1A in the color, or no, 1 in the background, 2 in the colors, 5 C's in the background, 7 in the color, and 1 of the background. So this information will help me when I'm setting up to use the schoolhouse die, and will help make sure that I don't need the insert. I just cut all my pieces and then I go lay them out. So I hope to see you in the block of the month sew along. We'll be doing a different bob die each month for the whole year of 2022 and then assembling it into a sampler quilt. So if you like this, remember to subscribe and follow my channel. Thanks.